8 people who managed to squander billion-dollar fortunes. 1. Aubrey McClendon. In 2011, Aubrey McClendon was worth $1.2 billion. He was the co-founder of Chesapeake Energy. In 2016, he was indicted on conspiracy charges. He was accused of rigging bids for oil and gas leases. After only 5 years of being a billionaire, McClendon lost it all. Forbes called him America's most reckless billionaire. He died the following day in a car accident. 2. Bjørgulfur Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson invested in the beverage business. It turned him into a billionaire with a net worth of $3.5 billion. Previously, he was a soccer player. He soon acquired the English soccer club, West Ham United. He also bought the Icelandic bank, Landsbanki, but he was a major victim of the Icelandic banking crisis in 2008. He also had several bookkeeping offenses to his name that cost him a considerable amount of money to fight in the courts. In 2009, Gudmundsson was declared bankrupt. He couldn't pay his debts. 3. Sean Quinn. At one point, he was considered the richest person in Ireland. In 1973, Quinn borrowed $123 for his first business idea. He started extracting gravel from his family's 23-acre farm. Quinn washed it and sold it to local builders. From this came Quinn Cement, the basis of his wealth. Quinn's net worth was almost $5.5 billion at its peak. In 2005, Quinn put all his money into the Anglo-Irish Bank. In 2008, the bank closed down after an illegal lending scheme was exposed. Quinn lost the lion's share of his fortune. 4. Adolf Merkel. With $9 billion, Merkel was Germany's richest man at one point. He made his money as the head of a drugs and engineering conglomerate. He was hit hard by the financial crisis of 2008. This left Merkel's holding company, VM Group, more than $6 billion in debt. By 2009, Merkel had nothing left. He killed himself by jumping into the path of an oncoming train. He left a note saying simply, "I'm sorry." 5. Patricia Kluge. Patricia married billionaire and TV mogul John Kluge in 1981. He was the richest man in America at the time. He ran a $5 billion television empire. The pair divorced in 1990. Patricia became one of the nation's richest divorcees. She kept the assets including the Grand Albemarle estate in Virginia. However, her investment in a vineyard nearby did not pay off. In 2008, Patricia Kluge put it on the market. She had a couple of unpaid loans. Then she started selling off furniture and jewelry. She tried to stave off bankruptcy, but it didn't work. 6. Bernie Ebbers. Ebbers' net was worth as much as $1.4 billion. He was the CEO of WorldCom. It was a thriving telecom company in the late 1990s. But WorldCom's profits were improperly recorded for the wrong year. Billions in expenses were classified as investments. All in all, WorldCom's books were off by $11 billion. The company is now defunct. Bernie Ebbers was sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was released in late 2019 after his lawyers said his health was in decline. Ebbers died in February 2020. 7. Chuck Feeney. Feeney's substantial net worth loss was intentional. Feeney founded Duty Free Shoppers, the airport retailer. Then he launched private equity firm, General Atlantic. He accumulated a fortune of around $8 billion. Feeney decided to give all his money away to various charities. In the past 40 years, he devoted himself to philanthropic efforts. In 2020, Feeney closed his philanthropy company. He had given away his wealth minus retirement savings. 8. Bill Hwang. Hwang had a private investment firm, Archegos Capital Management. Some estimates placed Hwang's wealth at around $10 billion. The value of the firm's positions was around $100 billion. Archegos used loans to bet on the stock prices of media companies. In 2021, some stock in Archegos' portfolio suddenly lost value. That led to margin calls. The lenders wanted their loans repaid, but Archegos defaulted and was forced to liquidate many of its positions. Brokers like Credit Suisse and Nomura lost billions. Hwang was hit with 11 criminal charges. These include racketeering, market manipulation, and fraud.